And the next day we go to a place called Two Jacks, and you think it's like Two Jacks. I have two Jacks. I need another Jack, and I can have a three of a kind. No, it's TUJAGUES, Two Jacks, and this place was insane. It's true French Cajun cuisine. The cream sauces and that kind of stuff that comes from the French cuisine and then mixed with the Cajun is super good. And they had these charcoal oysters on the half shell. They had cheese on them. Man, we get the first batch, first dozen, $20 a dozen. $20 a dozen, no problem. Money's no object, right? So we get the first dozen, like 2 minutes, all five of us ate, and the next, and the next. And the next, and the next, and the next, and the next. And it takes a long time to get your food because at that place, not only do they cook your food back in the kitchen, but like if you had like a pork chop with a like a raspberry truffle sauce.
That's exactly what I would order.
Dude, it's flipping insane. They make the sauce while they're making the food. They don't have it like in a little bucket that they can.
Oh, it's not all prepped up.
No, all that stuff. Every single thing is made to order. There's nothing prepped back there. So it takes a while to get your food. So you eat the living shit out of hors d'oeuvres until it gets there. Even the bone on it was. You know what a French bone is, where they take all the meat or take everything off. They scrape it with a knife to where it's just the bone that is exposed. Yeah, that was insane. I had a pork chop, and I was like, who gets pork chops in New Orleans? You can get pork chops everywhere. Let me tell you something, honey. Pork chop in New Orleans tastes completely different than pork chop anywhere else. It is amazing. Then we walked Bourbon Street, and it was like you hit bar after bar after bar after bar after bar, smoke shop, trinket shop, voodoo shop, bar, trinket shop, voodoo shop, bar. And all of them have their own little special creative drink. There's this one place that's got a drink called the hand grenade.
Oh, they're world famous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That thing made me walk in a stupor. Like zombie, except for the hands aren't out in front of your body.
Out in front of you?
Yeah. It was nuts. It took about an hour of walking to walk that drink off and get back to because
straight shiner-fied you.
I wasn't feeling nothing, dude. My knees were slurring. It was crazy. Absolutely crazy. But yeah, we walked all over the place, and even like the CVS pharmacy there is, everything is cool. You got a CVS pharmacy in a building that was built in like 1735.
Real gothic theme.
It's crazy how cool that stuff. And then we went to dinner party after dinner party after dinner party, and like one of them was a shabby chic party, which I thought was really cool. Get this. Some of their hors d'oeuvres were just crazy cool. The round Tostito chip, the round one, that had sliced avocado and seasoned raw ahi tuna on top. Shabby chic.
Get out of here.
It's like like redneck chip with some high class hors d'oeuvre on top of it. And then they had like these big orange. They were like orange color, bright orange ravioli. They were absolutely delicious. It was like a crab-filled ravioli, but they were bright orange, like General Lee orange. It was shabby chic again. Yeah, it was like shabby chic. It was like orange food coloring to make these ravioli look weird. But then they're filled with the crab, and that was delicious. And then they had little miniature burgers. I wouldn't even call them sliders because they were one-biters, and they were burgers. And they looked. I mean, they had the buns looked like regular hamburger buns, and
like you took a hamburger and put it in the dry.
Yeah, it's like
it out this tiny.
Yeah, it's like a hamburger Marty McFly would have before he put it in the microwave and made it big.
Yeah,
that. Those were actually pretty.
That's a pretty cool theme for a dinner party.
And they made the best Bloody Marys. They were serving
for you to say that.
Yeah, they were serving everything out of a hurricane glass. So I asked for Bloody Mary, so I got a big Bloody Mary in that hurricane glass. And they use Zing Zang down there. So, that's my jam. If you don't have Zing Zang, you can suck my balls. AOC, need to get some Zing Zang shug. Anyways, the little twist, this Cajun twist that they put on it, they threw some Zatarain's in and mixed it up with it. And I was like, what? A Cajun Bloody Mary. That was genius.
Oh, man, yeah. That's something. I don't even really care for Bloody Marys, but that sounds really...
Yeah, that was straight up genius, man. So we ate like kings. We drank like kings. We Ubered. Well, we didn't Uber.
Lifted like kings.
Yeah, lifted. That sounds kind of stupid. Ubered is better, but yeah. And we still didn't even spend half of what we budgeted for hotel. So
oh, right on.
Yeah, it all worked out good. Nobody got pregnant. It was real fun.
You had that scare 2 years ago where you thought you were pregnant. Nail biter.
Nah, but down there on the quarter, every night's like a miniature Mardi Gras. Of course, Mardi Gras, you got 100,000 people there, and instead of 100,000 people, you got several thousand. But
it's Pride Month, though. Did you see anything crazy because of Pride?
Boy, did I. Saw a lot of drag queens, which are actually pretty cool.
There's an art to that. I mean, I'll give them that. There is
some of their costumes were just dope, and I'll give it up to anybody who can walk down the streets of New Orleans in a 6-inch heel.
Right?
You know what I mean? I'll give it up to anybody, man, woman, or child. If you can walk in a 6-inch heel and do that for some distance, you got my respect. But Pride Month, we're walking, and you kind of get between two buildings, and it's an alleyway, but it's not an alleyway, too narrow to fit a car down, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And right there's a dude that has his wiener out, and he is just giving it hell to this other dude's face. I mean, just giving it hell to this other dude's face, going back and forth, and this other dude's just loving life.
Well, there you have Pride Month.
Yeah. You should be proud there, buddy, because that was a good one. It looked a whole lot better if the dude taking it had like a wig on her. I mean, nothing against gays, but I would have watched longer had it been a chick.
How did that all start to transpire? I have some questions. Like,
I don't know, man. Even that I got to admit, that hand grenade made me a little horny. So they must have had hand grenades, or they must have had some hurricanes from Pat O'Brien's, or something of that nature, or maybe the resurrection from Spirit.
What was the reaction of people around these dudes, like as they walked by? What was the reaction?
Just like looking, they kept walking. It's just like the freaks that are wearing the assless chaps and all that mess, all gothed up, and you just kind of look over and you just go back to walking. You
definitely see stuff in New Orleans that's as crazy as anything you're going to see in Vegas. I'd put New Orleans up against Vegas as far as people watching and crazy occurrences any day.
Yeah, but there was a chick, dude. This chick was like, I don't know. I've never seen anybody channel their inner Chuck Norris as much as this chick did, because this chick, the cop was trying to get handcuffs on her, and she came around super quick and got both of her legs around this cop's neck, flings herself upside down, and then flips the cop about 6 freaking feet.
He didn't know he was trying to arrest Hoist Gracie.
Right?
Jeez.
I mean, it's stuff that you'd like see in a wrestling ring. You know what I mean?
She just went straight John Wick on his ass.
Like, she come off the top rope and just absolutely brutally flung this guy with her feet and her body weight. And then 2 other cops came to roll her over so they could cuff her. And while they're farting around with her arms, she rocks her feet back over her head and flings her body weight forward and comes to a stance, like a standing stance, takes her arms and just and walks backwards. And when she does, it was like watching two big hands just clap together. Like, she takes a step back, and when she does, these cops start coming toward each other in front of her, and they just, like, smack face to face. And then she starts to get away, and another cop trips her, and she hits the ground pretty hard. And anyways, they finally got her restrained, but I have never seen a chick go Chuck Norris in my life like this. I was respecting it, dude. She, I guarantee you, she had to have a black belt in something.
No, dude, she was the love child of John Wick and that dude from The Matrix. Like, I mean, that's some.
Wait a minute,
Matrix.
Aren't they the same guy? Aren't they the same guy?
They are. Bad analogy.
Wow.
Oh my God, I told you I should not get on this high when we started recording this.
John Wick fucked himself and that came out. Golly, that's funny.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. I can't believe it.
You poor guy.
The best part of that whole deal was the expression on your face as you put it together. I wish people could have seen that.
Yeah, and Puppet Master Donnie's back there just rolling. And this is why we have a soundproof booth that he controls us in. Seriously, because he farts around on his phone when we're doing this, and he plays like phone video games, and we can't hear him now. But when he first started with us, he was just over at the other side of the table, and he'd be like biting his nails and like
hurting himself.
Right? And now he's in a soundproof booth in the corner. We just literally took the corner of the room, built a wall in front of the corner of the room,
boxed him in,
put a door on one side and a control board, and boxed him in. And now we don't have to hear his shit. And and I think it works better with controlling the podcast. So, anyways, I got one last thing to say before we get out of here.
Are we already done?
Yeah. Do you ever watch watch TV, and then the ASPCA commercial comes on? If you sponsor this dog for 63 cents a day, he will have a loving home to go to. So that's $19 a month, right?
Okay.
$19 a month. You pay that over time, and in a year you pay $228. In 5 years, you're at $1,140, right?
Yeah.
But when you subscribe to them and you do 1 month, you can cancel it after that, but you get a free T-shirt and a free DVD and mailers every once in a while from this dog that lets you know that he's having fun in his new family's home, and the backyard's really cool, and I'm actually a little bit too fat, so I can't fit out the doggy door anymore, so I got to, like, scratch at the door, and when I do, they beat me, so I'm back in this conundrum again, so could you please help? Only it's in dog language, so you can't understand a fucking thing he says. But anyways, so he sends you all this shit, right? So wait a minute. For $19, I get a T-shirt, a DVD, blah, 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 and that's it. Okay, cool. How much of that money is actually going to the organization?
Ravioli.
Yeah, exactly. Having a rough time.
I don't know. Do you have that figure? Have you looked that up?
Well, to have a T-shirt printed, okay, you can do that, and if you do it in massive amounts, you can probably, and it's a multicolor T-shirt. So, let's say $3 a T-shirt, okay, and all those mailers.
Right.
Well, let's say you got $5 in it, so you're really only making 14 and not 19. So if you're doing all that crap, how much money actually goes towards administrative fees and the people who run this organization? In other words, my point is, if you're that much of an animal lover, I'm going to have you give me 63 cents a day, and I'm not going to give you anything back for it. I'm going to use 100% of your money towards this, minus a TV commercial. But I'm going to use 100% of your money. I'm not going to send you a T-shirt that you're never going to wear. I'm not going to send you a card from the dog that you're never going to read. We're going to take 100% of that money and use it. Wouldn't you feel better?
I would personally, yes.
If you're giving this. So why do they do this? Somebody's making money there.
Oh, yeah.
They're not helping the animal. Because they show you, first of all, in the commercial, they show you all the sad